Hi guys, hi family, you're welcome to the channel. And if you're here for the first time, I'm Favor Napoleon. And even if you are not here for the first time but you don't know my name is the name of the channel. I'm Favor Napoleon, guys. So on today's video, we're going to be talking about something so vital, something important, something that we all can apply and employ in our lives. And guys, it will really be of a great help. I've heard people say life is a mystery, and other people just have people in general. Different people have different meanings to life and have different definition of what life is to them. And life happens to a lot of people. Life happens to everyone, guys. And what's in my eyes? Something is making me uncomfortable. Yeah, that's life. I didn't plan for that, but it's happening. I'm not going to take this part of the video hard, so I'm just feeling something in my eyes. I don't know what that is. So guys, life happens to everyone. There's a part in our lives that will just be planning hard. This is the way I want my life to be. When I'm done with this, as also here, I'm done with school. After school, I'm going to get a job, get married. By this time I should be done having kids. By this time I've seen my spouse. By this time I have 50 billion to my name. By this time my net worth. We just plan those kind of things. We just want to have beautiful life. And in all those things that we're having, there's no challenge inside all these plans that we are planning. There is no challenge, but we just plan our lives in a particular direction, in a particular way that, this is the way life ought to be. And guys, at the end of the day, some people it actually works out, and other people there's own challenges here and there. At the point they say they want to start having kids, they are not having kids. Kids are not forthcoming. And at that stage, what do you do? And in that point, some people just tend to lose their joy, some lose their happiness, some lose their reason, their purpose, because they are wanting a particular thing and is not forthcoming. And I've heard people say something that there's a particular quote that inspired this topic, and that's what we're going to be talking about. I think I should just read that post. Your path is harder because your calling is higher. Guys, that's so true. You might not agree with it, but I'm going to give you different illustrations. Just like I said earlier, that we just plan our lives. This is the way we want to go. I, for one, I plan my life that once I get married at a particular age, I'm done having kids, guys. And when I got into marriage, it didn't work according to how I planned. I had to wait for so many years, guys, before I started bearing children, because before we started having children, guys. And that was not the way I planned it. And it happened to some people. They say, oh, by now I'm done with school, but now I must have gotten married. And by the time you get to that age, the husband is not forthcoming. I, for one, while I was growing up, when I got into uni, I already planned my life. I told myself by 2010 I'm getting married. I say, God, I don't know how you're going to do it, but by 2010 I'm getting married. And with all the challenges, the obstacle, guys, when it was 2010, I actually got married. But another challenges came up. There were other things I said I wanted to do. I said at a certain age I was going to have 2 masters. I'm going to have these. Those things didn't happen when I said them. And also, I just gave you an instance of children. I said at this stage of my life, I'll be done with having kids and all that. And that didn't happen at the time I said it. And that's what happens with life. Just like the phrase I read now, I'll call it an adage, just, I don't know, whatever, the write-up. Your path is harder because your calling is higher. Yes. So people tend to lose their oh God, let me just take it one after the other. The first one I said was, when we make those plans, as we are making those plans, we're going to do this at this age, we're going to do that at this age. We just make all those plans. We do not have challenges inside. We do not also plan for obstacle. Most times we don't say what if. There is no what if. We don't say, oh, I'm going to have children or I'm going to get husband. What if the husband doesn't come at this time? You know, we just want life to be smooth. That's the picture of it, of everyone. There are no people that just sit down and say, I want trouble to come to me today. No, you know, people don't set those kind of goals in their life. You know, there's no one that will sit down and say, tomorrow I want to meet the most difficult people in my life. You know, people don't plan that part, but in life it is part of it. As you are planting any seed, the grass also are planning their own self to come up and overshadow the plants. You know, that's how life is. You know, just like the farmer, he plants. He doesn't just go away. He knows that by tomorrow, as the plant is growing, the grass is going to grow as well alongside. So what does he do? He take off the grass. He has schedule, he has time, he has to come and watch and take off the grass. And that's how life is. So when people plan all these good things, they don't plan challenges. They don't plan for challenges. Just like I didn't plan I was going to have challenges. And guys, that is what life is all about. So, and people tend to lose their joy when challenges start stepping in. Just like the phrase now, back to the phrase that your path is harder because your calling is higher. Yes, your path is harder because your calling is higher. Yes, that's why most people face challenges like this, because the calling upon their life is higher. The work upon their life is higher. Most of the time when we go through these things, you have to learn patience. Through it, we get experience. You know, through it, you see life. You begin to understand life in so many challenges. Look at the illustrations from the Bible. Look at David. David was a rascal. David never planned to be a rascal. He never planned that life. But he ended up being a rascal, taking care of his father's sheep. But the main throne was the crown. The main beautiful place was the kingdom, which was the crown, the seats, you know, of being a king. But David went through different challenges. Went through so much, different from his other brothers. His brothers didn't face what he faced. Even when they went, oh my God, how do I put this word now? The brothers, those days, you know, once you are 17, once you are 18 as an adult, you become, you go into military. You know, even when they were sent to be soldiers, their path was still different from David. So David went through a lot, you know. He was born, he had other brothers, he had other stepbrothers, you know. They were all born from the same father, but they didn't go through what David went through. Why? Because David had a higher work ahead of him. He had a higher calling ahead of him. Look at Joseph. Look at Moses in the Bible. You know, they all had a call of God upon their lives. And because of that, they went through a lot. Look at Moses. You know, he went through a lot because he had a higher call upon his life. Look at Noah. You know, so the father, life is not going the way you have planned it. Doesn't mean you should lose your joy. Doesn't mean you should lose your purpose. Doesn't mean you should, you know, you see people when they are going through all these storms, all these disadvantages, they'll say, now only me, you know, just like what I tell my kids sometimes. They'll say, mommy, must I be the one to do all this work? But sometimes, you know, I reply them, I said, if it's chocolate or it's ice cream now, you won't say, must I be the only one that will eat it? So that is how it is, you know. So the fact that you are going through what you're going through means there's a higher purpose for you. You know, God just wants you to be trained. God just wants you to, you know, face this part of life, and so that you can be stronger, wiser, better, you know. And guys, that brings me to the end of the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you're having any storm you're going through right now, be encouraged and just know that there's a higher call, and God is just toughening you up. Is that grammar correct? God is toughening you up, as in He's building you up for it. So guys, thank you so much guys for watching. I am Favor Napoleon, and if you haven't subscribed, if you haven't liked this video, please do. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.